Shock Monkey Radio is created by adults for entertainment purposes. The views and opinions expressed here do not reflect the sponsors or FXPG Public Radio. For additional information, refer to the U.S. Bill of Rights. Stand warned. Okay, so our first story is New York teachers protest vaccine mandates. They march across Brooklyn Bridge. So a teachers group protesting mandatory vaccinations was seen in New York City marching across the Brooklyn Bridge with some protesters chanting against President Biden. F. Joe Biden, people were heard chanting while walking across the Brooklyn Bridge in a video posted to Twitter on Monday. And that's been happening a lot lately, that phrase. Okay, they're also carrying signs reading, "Last year's heroes, this year's unemployed. My body, my choice, and I call the shots." I like that one. I call the shots. Anyway, another video posted to social media also shows protesters chanting, "F Joe Biden" from the Brooklyn Pier. I've been there. The videos come as a protest organized by Teachers for Choice was held in Foley Square on Monday. Hundreds of people, including current and retired teachers, parents, and other school staffers, were seen in Foley Square Monday denouncing mandatory vaccines in order for people to keep their jobs. The protesters from Foley Square Freedom Rally then walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. Quote, "I have lived and worked in the city as a civil servant for 28 years of my life," retired teacher Amy Carroll told PIX 11. I should be able to make my own health decisions and make a decision that doesn't affect my employment, that doesn't affect my right to go to a restaurant or a Broadway play or a museum." Her husband, retired teacher Bill Carroll, added, I think they're doing in America, I think what they're doing in America, they're taking away our rights about all decisions, medical decisions. We're standing here, we're letting the government take over everything. The protests come after Mayor Bill de Blasio announced last month that all employees of the Department of Education must get vaccinated by September 27th. Last week, Biden announced a sweeping new vaccine mandate requiring employees at companies with over 100 workers to get vaccinated or be tested for the coronavirus on a weekly basis. Quote, I come with a bunch of teachers from a school in Whitestone, Queens," teacher Alicia Morrill added to PIX 11. "We're here because of the mandates. Some of us are even vaccinated, but we're fighting the mandate, and we don't want the children to have to be mandated for vaccines. So we're fighting for everybody, not just ourselves." Teachers for Choice say it will file a lawsuit against the city over the vaccine mandate. The videos in New York City follow football fans chanting "F Joe Biden" at Coastal Carolina University, Virginia Tech, Auburn University, and Texas A&M this month. Now, that's the objective news story. That's from Fox News, so that's the news story. Now, let me just talk to a little bit about what's going on here. You know, it's funny because you're seeing this all over the place. The "F Joe Biden" phrase is getting thrown around. I've seen flags that say "F Joe Biden." All right, they're already printing that stuff. So here's what I mean. It's like, I think this is a good thing. Like, these are teachers. All right. First of all, I think teachers and the teachers unions are the most liberal and problematic problem in the United States right now. You know, they're quite liberal. They're quite liberal, and these people are probably quite liberal. All right. And this is New York City, one of the most liberal places on earth. And so, even these people that I would normally like disagree with on lots of political and social issues, they're out here saying it's like, we don't want vaccine mandates either. Democrat and Republican alike, all along the political spectrum. You shouldn't be forcing this on anybody, And so, I love these people. Love them for what they're doing. It's like, absolutely. Protest. I think more protests like this should happen. I think people should quit their jobs if they say you have to take this medicine. You have to take medicine if you want to keep your job. Screw that employer. And employers will figure it out. Walk off the job if they tell you that it's mandatory. You obviously have to make the decision for your life. But what I'm telling you is that, people are not going to stand for this. all across the political spectrum. You know, there are people who cannot take the vaccine for like medical reasons. All right. So are those people supposed to be unemployed? They need to be fired because they can't have the medicine or else it'll kill them. But I know there's people out there that's like, but you know, there is the option that you can just get tested weekly. Really? Really? You can get tested weekly at whose cost? If it's the cost to the employee, F you. If it's the cost to the company should say F you to the government. This is ridiculous. You know, Biden going up there and saying it's like, what do you say? It's like we're, our patience is running thin. F you. F you and your stupid A. Since we're F you and your stupid A, since we're being so PG-13 all of a sudden. So I mean, I don't really understand why anybody's putting up with these vaccine mandates. And I think it's something like that when Joe Biden comes down and says something like this, our patience is wearing thin, do as we say. When somebody says that, I mean, that strikes a chord in every American heart. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. You're like, there's a little bit of rage against the machine inside all of us wants to go, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. You know what I'm saying? Democrats and Republicans alike love that song for that very chord within the American spirit. All right? So God bless these New York teachers protesting the vaccine mandates. I got their back on this particular issue. We may disagree on other things.